it's Monday night, which means it's Monday Night Paws, and it's time for us to take focus and look ahead at the week ahead and work on our business rather than in our business. I'm Elizabeth Hack, and I am so excited to bring you today's topic, which is all about connection and collaboration. Um, when I was thinking about what topic to discuss, I thought this could be a really appropriate one because this week I am off to a big event called Expert Empires, and I'm going to be networking with some incredible entrepreneurs, business owners, millionaires, people that have really smashed it out of the park when it comes to business. So, connecting and collaborating is something that I'm super pumped for in the week ahead. And reflecting on my journey within this world, particularly in my professional world, there's been multiple times where connecting and collaborating with someone and and celebrating somebody else um, has only led to good things. So this week, my action step for you is who can you connect with, who can you celebrate, and who can you collaborate with to add some good karma back into your world and your profession. It's very easy to be subject to jealousy, comparison, when you're in your industry, depending on which canine industry you're within. It happens in every industry. I've worked in multiple niches, and it doesn't really matter which niche you're in or what you do. Sometimes comparison can hold you back. So, who should you reach out to this week ahead? And thinking about my career and how it's added and created my ability to do what I do for canine professionals now, it all came from just that one conversation that I had with one person that I probably wouldn't have normally had. So I'm going to tell you about the story. So first of all, when I was a dog groomer, I was a salon manager in Pets at Home. Say what you may about them, but at that time I was trained by Julie Harris. She used to have the Harrods Pet Spa. I'm City and Guilds qualified thanks to them. And at that time when I was in business, there was about 83 salons. I think there's like 300 now. And I ran and I competed against one other salon, and we were flipping between us. We were number one and number two salon out of the whole company. And I originally worked in the other salon. So originally we were rivals. And if Belinda is listening to this, she knows this. And she knows how much I've celebrated her going forward. So, hey, Belinda. And you may know Belinda if you're in the dog grooming world because she's an incredible force, incredible teacher. And I'll tell you more about her story right now. So we worked together, then I moved to another salon, and then I became salon manager, and our salons were on par with one another, salon 1 and 2. So it was kind of like an unspoken rivalry. We were always looking at each other's stats. But one day, the company had put targets up on us, and I was like, oh my goodness, like this is a joke. Like I'm not, like, my salon's already really producing. Like, how could we possibly reach these new targets? And then I looked at Belinda's, and hers were even higher. And it was in that moment that I was like, I wonder what Belinda thinks. And I put aside our rivalry and our competitiveness, and I just thought, I'm going to pick up the phone and speak to her as a human. And that's exactly what I did. And it was from that one conversation that wonderful Belinda invited me round to her house, and she was telling, because I said, I think I'm actually going to take a career break, because Pets at Home are amazing. They let you take like 6-month career breaks and go travelling to Australia. She said, Australia, amazing. I've been to Australia. Come round my house. I'll show you some of the photos, and I'll tell you some of the great places to go. And I was like, amazing, that sounds brilliant. Like a real true connection. Like I was so chuffed that she'd invited me over. And I hung up the phone and I said to my team, I was like, I'm going to go hang out with Belinda. And they were like, what? And I did. And it was during that hangout that she introduced me to Liam Robertson, the head of creative fitness marketing in Australia. And so she used to work with Liam, and she was his manager, and he learned all of his marketing skills to helping small independent gyms all across Australia, New Zealand, and at that time, I think Canada as well. Um, Australia, New Zealand, England, Scotland, Canada. I think they did another country too. Anyway, I divert. Um, and she put me in connection with Liam, and that was where I had a 3.5 year opportunity and just like um, career capital. Like I learned all about marketing, all about helping small independent businesses, doing 6 week campaigns, launches, and again, I was a top producer in that business. When I'm passionate about something, I can really promote it, which is really interesting because I never put myself out there as a salesperson personally. But this is something that we teach. Like when you're certain about something and you know what you're doing aligns with who you are, what you do, and it's going to serve and help that person or that dog in our case, then you can sell it because it's authentic. And when you're selling from an authentic place, it just happens. Um, People can feel when you're being authentic and feel when you're not. So it's really important that your business is in alignment with your personal authentic views as well. Um, yeah, so that was my catalyst to starting working in fitness marketing, just marketing in general, social media marketing. It was phenomenal. And I got to live out of a suitcase, move every 6 weeks all around Australia, New Zealand, England, and Scotland at a time in my life where I had that flexibility to do it, and it was perfect. I would highly encourage any young 20-year-olds to go do the same. And if you want to do that, then reach out and I'll be more than happy to connect you. Um, Actually, the event we're going to is ran by Nick James, and that just reminded me, he actually has a saying, the more you connect, the more you collect. And I think he's right. He's absolutely right. Um, Second time where connecting with someone that I wouldn't ordinarily connect with or I don't know and it feels uncomfortable to do that awkward reach out is with a lady called Melissa. She is the president of the Chiropractic Association in the UK. I used to work for the president of the Chiropractic Association in Australia because, of course, once I travelled to Australia, I just wanted to stay there. It was awesome. Um, so I ended up working for a chiropractor. He ended up being a really big deal within the chiropractic world. I ran his chiropractic practice so smoothly. Like, again, just from a career capital side, like, I really got the on the ground knowledge of how an efficient business could run. And he was very fast paced, so he used to see six people, was it 8 people, 6 people every 15 minutes. So working on front desk and then being the tech chiropractor, which is the person that gets them laid down on the table and takes notes while the chiropractor does their work. I just accelerated again from, just knowledge of running a small, efficient business that has a high flow of clients and still performing to that high quality level. Um, so when I got back to the UK, because I tried to stay in Australia really bad, but life is given to us for a reason. So if you're going through something at the moment and you don't know why it's happening, there'll be a point where you can look back and go, that's why that happened. So I was unable to get the visa that I wanted to get to be in Australia. And I literally went from living in Australia to being home in 2 weeks. But it was all for a reason, because that was when I reached out to Melissa and she got me set up within a coaching company ran by a gentleman called Ryan Ryder. And that's how I got 4 years career capital being a speaker, coach, facilitator, helping these very experienced, skilled professionals with their businesses. The greatest humans in the world, and a fantastic team with Ryan's team as well. And that connection happened from an email to Melissa going, "Hey, you don't know of anyone that like needs this support within the chiropractic world, do you?" And she was like, "Hold on, let me connect you to this person's wife." And then that's how that all started. So I was the first hire in his coaching business, and he helps chiropractors grow, market their business. And now there's, I think, like 20 team members there. And it was just a huge growth experience. So I already brought a lot to the table and I already had that background knowledge of chiropractic, but then the um, just the personal development and the confidence and the speaking and the being on stage all the time doing videos like this for those clients is what has made me into the person I am today. Um, so putting that into work, this last week actually, I saw that the um, Pet Industry Federation did their awards ceremony. It looks like an amazing do. I endeavour to be there next year, because they just look like they had a ball. And I saw on LinkedIn that the founder of Tom and Toto, Sarah, won Dog Border Company of the Year for the second year running, and apparently that's never happened. And I was like, she's amazing. So I literally reached out to her and just said, like, huge congratulations on your win. Um, because not so secret business um, venture of mine is to one day have my own doggy daycare centre. It's a part of the Canine Care Hub world vision that I have for us. Um, and, you know, I want to be around those people that are winning awards because they are doing such great things in the canine world and serving and looking after the mental well-being and the growth of their dogs whilst in their care as well. Like, I think she's. I don't know this girl, lady, um, but I will because I get to interview her tomorrow, and I will be clipping up that interview and popping it here in Canine Care Hub for you all to get the golden nuggets from the wonderful Sarah. Um, and that happened from me celebrating her. I could have sat there and gone, "Ugh, who's this?" Like, jealousy, all that negativity could have come out, and I could have sulked and I could have pouted and carried on living my life. Instead, I celebrated her and I reached out to her and said, you know, huge congratulations. I'd love to know, like, how you do it, and if we can pick your brain, I would love that. I shouldn't have to say yes, but she's a wonderful human. So there we are. The connection happened, and now I get to connect with a wonderful leader here in the canine world. Another leader in the canine world is Adam. He is one of the trainers on APDT, the Association of Pet Dog Trainers. I've just done, I completed my foundation course with them because whilst whilst in my third week with a newborn, I decided, yeah, this is a great time to study. um, they're actually great though, and his knowledge and insight to the canine world is phenomenal. And luckily, he's local to me, so I got to shadow his dog grooming at his dog training classes. I got to bring my dog grooming kit in so that I could give the puppies the experience of having their first groom on a grooming table and give the owners top tips. And none of that would have happened if I hadn't reached out to them and said, hey, look, I think what you're teaching or what you're doing in this world is really amazing. Please, may I connect with you? Like, please, can I be of any help to you? And it's interesting because as I'm saying this, I've realised every connection that I made with those people was from a place of service. How can I help you? Like, how are you feeling about this? It was always about them, not about me. So, in this week, my challenge for you is who can you celebrate and connect with? And in the most authentic win-win scenario for them. Like, you reaching out to them shouldn't be what if I get connected with them, then I get this. No, it's meant to be like, how can you serve and support them in what they're doing and celebrate them? You don't know how much that could mean to someone. I remember seeing an incredibly groomed dog in my local coffee shop, and I said to that owner, oh, my goodness, like, I'm a qualified dog groomer. I still do home to home grooms, but your dog is groomed phenomenally. Who groomed them? And they told me the name of the groomer. I'm so sad because I can't remember her name, because I would love to have celebrated her again here and now. Um, and I phoned her salon, and she didn't answer because she's busy. And I left a voicemail, and I just said, you don't know who I am, but I've just seen one of your dog grooms, and I just want to say, like, you a very talented dog groomer, and you've done a beautiful job. So hope you have a great day, and um, and have a good one. Basically, I got a phone call back, and this girl was in tears. She'd just moved to the area. She didn't know anyone. And she turns out she'd been under the same training program as myself with Julie Harris, so no wonder her quality of grooming was incredible. And she has never had anyone just reach out to her and tell her how amazing her grooming is. So, you know, she's actually going through a really tough time. And going back to Sarah at Tom and Toto, doing my research into her and her businesses, she has moved around the world. She's very incredible. But she's also ran Tom and Toto for the last 10 years. So that means in year 9 and 10, or 10 and 11, I'll clarify tomorrow, she's gained those awards. But that means potentially there could have been an 8-year period where she's just been working really hard. She's had uh, no one rewarding her and saying you're doing a great job. She's just continued doing it because she's passionate about dogs and their well-being. So if you're going through the hard stuff at the moment, just keep going. um, Les Brown always says, if you fall on your if you fall down, make sure you land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. um, have a fantastic week. I will be coming live quite a few times over the Thursday, Friday that I'm at the event, because there'll be lots of insights and learnings I want to share with you all. Um, if you are part of the Canine Care Hub Club, the 2024 resource calendar is now available to you in your portal for you to organise your content to stay active and relevant on social media. Enjoy. Have a fantastic Monday. Please comment if you're watching this on replay or watching this within the portal. Please reach out to me and tell me, who are you going to connect with, who are you going to collaborate with, and who are you going to celebrate in this week ahead from an authentic place of genuine awe of that person. Have a wonderful week, and I cannot wait to serve you and be with you again next week.